What's up guys? When I installed the Mustang S550 rear end on the back of my 68 F100, I ran into the same issue that we all run into with this swap. The brake lines don't fit each other. What I mean by the truck's got standard fittings, US spec, inch size fittings on the truck end, and then the brake calipers and the hoses and everything on the Mustang rear end are metric. And trying to make those match up, it was a little bit of work for me. I had to go to a couple of different auto parts stores to get the various brake lines, the hard lines that I put in here, and I had to get some fittings, and I even had to have some adapters made to go from metric to standard so I could hook it all up. And what I wanted was a kind of an all-in-one system that just goes from the truck to the brakes on the Mustang rear end in one package, and then you're done. And I think we have it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And real quick here, this is the stock brake line that's on my truck that stops right here, and that's a standard fitting. That's 3/8 24 thread inverted flare fitting on that end. And then on the back end here, this line goes into a metric fitting for the brake caliper line here. This is an M10 by 1.5 inverted flare fitting right here. So to make all that work, I had to piece together a bunch of parts and pieces to make the whole thing connect. And what I've got here is a kit that's going to do all of that work with a one setup here. So we've got the fitting. This is going to thread onto the truck end, and then these two fittings are going to go to where the brake line calipers are on the Mustang rear end there. And then I've got a T fitting, and what I've got here are 3 different lengths of braided stainless steel brake lines. So we're going to put this one. It's going to go here to that T fitting. Then we've got one guy, if this is the driver's side and that's the passenger side, we've got the little bit longer one there, and then the longest one going on the passenger side. And the reason why is the brake line in the frame is on the driver's side, so that we can just go from here to this fitting. We don't have to go straight to the middle of the truck and out. We can just go off to the one side. So if we were to hook this up, now we have to tighten that all down, but what we would do is we would thread these into that block, that distribution block piece that's on the brake line for the calipers in the back of the truck. We'll put those in there. We connect this, thread the brake line for the truck right into here, and leave that sitting like that. And then you'd have this set up, and then we go to install it, thread that into there, thread those into that, and then you'd be set to go. So now that I got this T-fitting tightened up, I want to mock up where this is going to go inside here. Let me see if I can fish it in real quick, and we'll see how this is going to lay out. All right, you can see I just more or less kind of laid it on top of the hard line that I had in here. That's where we're going to connect the hard line from the truck. Then we come around here, you can see this coming down, and this will attach right into there. And then on this side, same thing, that braided line will come back and attach right into here. So with this setup, I imagine a lot of you guys aren't going to have this hard line in your way because you're probably doing the swap and you're wanting to solve this issue. So it'll be a lot easier for you because you won't have to undo this. But I got to undo these lines, and they're going to leak fluid because I've already pressurized the system. I've been driving the truck, so I got to take care of that. I'm going to have a lot of fluid everywhere, so I'm going to get some towels out. But what we're going to do is we're going to take that fitting that goes on here. In fact, all 3 of the fittings, we're going to put them on first because the end of the line has the swivel, and this allows us to tighten it down without spinning this line or anything. So we want to put those fittings on the 3 spots before we put this line in. So I think what I'll do is I'll disconnect the lines in the back, and then thread the fitting in there on each side here, and then we'll come back and do this last one, get this guy done up front, then we'll start hooking the lines up and go back around and do it that way. I've already got the other side already done. I'm going to just tuck some towels in here because this thing's going to leak and spill fluid everywhere. I spilled a lot on the other side already. So we'll just get this going like that, and then we'll take this off. I probably lost all the fluid out the other side, so there's nothing on this side. Great. Okay, we're gonna put the fitting in there. We're gonna thread this guy in, and because it's got an inverted flare fitting, we don't need any Teflon tape or any of that kind of stuff. We can just thread it in there and lock it down. There we go. And then we're gonna thread this guy on. And when we tighten this down, we don't want to spin this tube anymore when we have to, so just be mindful of that. That's why we have this swivel fitting on here. There, all right, that side's locked in, that side's locked in. Let's go to the front. Now for this guy in the front, I'm just gonna again put some towels down just to catch any drips we might have. I don't really want this all over my whole rear carrier assembly. And then we're just gonna break this free. And then I gotta take this little brass fitting off of here that I had. There we go. Okay. Next we're gonna wanna thread this piece onto the truck hardline. We're gonna tighten this down. Okay. And then we're going to thread in that other end of this line that we made onto that new fitting. And then we're going to want to tighten this one down too. All right, we are installed. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this old line out of the way. It wouldn't hurt to get some clips and stuff to just softly mount this hard line or the braided line to the frame rail just so it's not moving around. But we're in business. Awesome. All right, so we got it all cleaned up. Everything's routed. And it probably wouldn't hurt to go back and just double check your lines, make sure everything's nice and tight. And then, yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. Everything's in place. Here's that old line that I took out. You get an idea of what kind of contraption I had to make to make this work. And the mess I made loosening one of those lines. But again, some of you guys probably won't have that problem if you're doing this from the beginning. So cool. All right. Awesome. We're done. We got it installed. Everything looks good. Don't forget to bleed your brakes if you had to disconnect anything to do this. But if you're starting from scratch, you're gonna bleed the brakes anyways. But wanted to point that out. And I'm probably not gonna get rid of that hard line. I'll hold on to it just in case I have a problem down the road. But yeah, we're good to go. So that kit, I sell it on my website, KruseBuilt.com. And again, it was meant to be a one-stop shop kit that gets you from the hard line on the truck to the brakes of the S550 rear end in just one package. And that's what I was trying to do originally, but I think we got it figured out now. So anyways, KruseBuilt.com if you guys want to check that out. We'll see you in the next one.